Hello, everybody. What is up? Josh here, and I went live a little early just to give people time to hop on, uh, or just to be here to chat while I'm waiting for people to hop on. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, drop something in the chat, let me know. Hi. Today I'm going to be working on this print, which has been a whole lot of fun so far. Very challenging. But I'm really excited to get some more time in on it. Oh, in the meantime, I am going to be working on my weekly review over here. Not weekly, my morning review over here, so that I can get organized for the day. Um, what I would sort of like to do today is chat a little bit about the painting that I'm doing, like the techniques that I'm using for the painting. But I would also really like to chat about personal development as an artist and how that can at times make you more uncomfortable. I did that. Because personal development doesn't feel good. So deciding to grow as a person or an artist or both, it can be kind of painful sometimes. Actually have a lot of work to do today. A little intimidating. A little bit intimidating. Oh, I did publish a video 2 days ago, two evenings ago. So make sure you check that out. It's like a pretty good video, if I say so myself. The audio quality is horrible. So I'm taking steps to improve that in the future, making sure that I have my microphone set up correctly. So I really do need to know if you can hear me, because the last time I used this microphone, it clipped the audio. Like if I was speaking a little too quiet, it just wouldn't pick up any sound, which is very inconvenient when you're recording quickly and then going home to edit video and you find out during the editing process that the audio recorded in this studio just isn't that great. Awesome. Super awesome. Yeah, the video that I published a couple of days ago is doing very well. Um, really excited about that. All right. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get to work. Um, I don't know where I want to work today, so we're just going to pick a spot. Actually, no. Let's go straight for the scary part. Oh, I was redoing the eyes. I like the way that looks, so I'm just going to go ahead and merge it down. All right. So, straight for the scary part, we're going to go for the hair. Now, for the hair, what I'm doing right now is I want to take my big drawing wedge. I'd like to turn flow. Actually, let's go to Apple Pencil. I want the flow. Oh, based on pressure. What happened? All right, done. And then I'm also going to turn the opacity down a little bit. So my drawing wedge is just this triangular shaped wedge. And I like how it works. Okay, here we go. So for this one, I'm just picking a spot where I want the hair to start or originate from, and I think this is a good spot, as good a spot as any. So all of the all of the hair is going to be basically swooping around from this point. As sort of an origination or insertion point. And I really want this hair to show movement, lots and lots and lots of movement. So I'm really not concerned about getting too many lines in here. Actually, that would be counterproductive to what I want to accomplish. But I do want to show sort of a direction of the hair. And it's okay if the hair changes directions. As a matter of fact, it should change directions. Something happened. I lost my air droid. Air droid crashed. Oh no. What happened? Bad air droid. Bad. I am going to hide this window capture for a moment. We're getting air droid back up and running. Sorry about that. Unknown error or network issue. Start the broadcast. Sorry, guys. Working on it. Working on it. Okay. I've got AirDroid back. There we go. Let's see if the window capture is going to work. It is not. All right. Remove. Yes. Let's add it back. We'll say window capture again. Add existing AirDroid. Okay. Haha. All right. Bear with me while I rearrange things and get this where it's supposed to go. Oh, that was loud. So I don't know if you all can hear the incredibly loud. We've got a. Oh, sorry. FSDs. Oh, bless me. Bless my heart. As they say here in Kentucky whenever they want to be condescending. It's like a condescending pity. If you ever hear someone in the South say, bless your heart, know that it is not an actual blessing. They don't really care about your heart. Okay. Here we go. Got it back. What was happening? Oh, all right. So the hairs is just working on getting these clumps in here. For the most part, I've got some. For the most part, I really want the flow of the hair to like whip back around it. Like I really want to show this movement. Oh, there's a pretty impressive lag between what I'm doing and what I'm saying. Like it's noticeable enough that even I can catch it. Come on. And there's a weird white border. I don't know what's happening. Whatever. Things do happen sometimes. So I'm letting those things happen. All right. So this I would like to make. Oh, I did it on the. I did a no-no. So I was working on Uh, the same layer that I've been painting on. Ruh-roh. That's okay. I can still get in here and play. And that one, I like, I don't know what I was thinking with that. All right, that's a little better. We're getting there. We're getting there. I would like the hair to end up darker down here, but I'm still getting the movement that I want and showing some volume and mass. It's subtle, but it's there. It's subtle, but it's there. Hey, man, the person. Fat Cappy. Please tell me that your name is referring to a capybara. Yes. Say yes. Please say yes. All right, I completely lost my train of thought. So this whole thing, I started painting with the idea of having a very yes. Okay. Thank you. You made my morning. Um, so I started this painting with the idea. That layer down here and just move it. With the idea of having like this bright splattery background, red splattery background. And I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the painting right now without establishing that because I have no idea what sort of contrast these colors are going to have against that black background. And that's gonna it's gonna have oh, so I did download a bunch of like ready to go backgrounds for like manga panels, and it looks like some of them are going to be like very spot on for what I want to accomplish here. And I think I'm going to layer a couple of them. So let's establish like the dark, very saturated but dark red. Well, maybe not that saturated. And closer to an orange red. What's this look like? All right, let's try that. Oh, that's way too small. Oh, it's still too small. Come on now. All right. Well, we'll pop it in there and just. Oh, no, not warp. We'll just freeform it. So, see, this is what I'm talking about, right? Right in here, the hair just doesn't look right against that dark background. Feel this chunkiest rodent? It looks like it. I have never actually interacted with a capybara before. I did take the kids to Kentucky Down Under over the weekend. I really needed a getaway, so we took a micro vacation. So we got to pet some kangaroos and an emu and some Shire horses. Those are massive. And I love the fact that it's a Shire horse because, you know, I am nerd, hear me roar. I am proudly nerd though, so it's not like, bless your heart, you nerd. No, I'm just, ah, hats. These are very convenient. Oh, I should have zoomed out more. There we go. Oh, capybaras are loaded with ticks. Well, I don't think possums are the opossums, and I can't necessarily say that I have a West Virginia opossum in my on or near my property, because that's not strictly legal. But the West Virginia opossums are rather awesome little creatures themselves, especially when you make them obese. This was very nice, and I think what I'm going to do is really warp this one. Oh, someone left a watermark here. Interesting. I would like to warp this one and pull. I don't care if it's sort of distorted. Honestly, I don't think about anything related to Kentucky when I say Kentucky. Oh, it failed again. Oh no. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Give me just a second here. Getting some cool layered effects. Let's so AirDroid keeps crashing on my PC over here. I'm not sure why. I want to close down all other applications in an attempt to. Oh, no, so yeah, gotcha. No, the West Virginia possum is what's local to this area. Um, that's what I was referring to. Yeah, but I get you. All right, AirDroid. Let's get you back up and running. Unknown issue. I don't like unknown issues. I'm gonna have to remove that again. I've got a feeling that this is gonna be a recurring issue during this particular stream. This particular individual in this particular stream. And sorry, I've got some idiocracy stuck in my head for no apparent reason. It's not like we're living it. AirDroid. Oh. Oh, come on. Waiting for the screen. Oh, hold on. Start broadcast. Start broadcast. Is it working? Yes. All right. That is working. Now I need to get rid of AirDroid again. It does. So I don't know if it was a meme or if Terry Crews actually tweeted or whatever you want to call it now. It was it may have been a meme, but it was Camacho 2024. Like, why not? At this point, why not? But I'm not going to get too horribly political here. Um, we're all not media. We all have our own political things and whatnot. Um, but I can see a trend. I'll just leave it there. I can see a trend. All right, AirDroid has stopped working. There's a giant red X. What the? Come on. End session. Oh yeah, yeah. He definitely would have been quite a rip, but like he still could. All right. Due to some technical difficulties. Uh, yeah, due to some technical difficulties, I think what I'm going to end up having to do is either just stay on and chat, which is cool, and draw, and every so often I can be like, all right, this is what it looks like right now. Um, or I don't know, hit me with some other options. Hit me with some other options. Or I just sit here and keep trying to get this to actually work. I think that's a good plan. Like I can chat while I'm trying to get this to work. So there's not an either or situation. I can sit and talk and try to get back to drawing. I'm okay with that. So air droid, air droid. Yes, you can make changes. Okay. Let's go ahead and shut down Photoshop. Uh, sure. Let's save changes to the. Yeah, let's save changes to the thumb again. As in thumbnail, not. Do not need DaVinci. Hold up. Don't need this Word document. I don't worry, saving it. Designing a logo. So what kind of logo are you working on? You're welcome to hang out anytime I'm live. Yeah, save the recording, I don't care. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Still got my empty sound going. Casting. An app I got. That's exciting. So funny story. Well, not that funny. That's basically where I started was in graphic design. That was loud. I got a degree in graphic design forever and a day ago. Um, and then ended up tattooing for a living. Air droid one more time. What do we got? Okay. Very cool. Uh, that's an interesting story. So there's a lot of baggage in this story. So I'm gonna like trauma dump on you for a couple of minutes. So the year was 2007, 2007-ish. Uh, decided to switch from a computer science major in college to graphic and web design with a minor in studio art. Uh, fell in love as things go with another graphic design major, and we opened a private studio or private not a private studio. We opened a graphic design studio um, in Austin, Texas. Went really well. I was always interested in tattoos and tattooing at the time. Uh, well, I've always been because it's still the time. But I have always been into tattoos and tattooing. So I did an apprenticeship and graduated my apprenticeship, but I had a quote successful graphic design career with my then wife. Um, There's a big red X again. What is up with that? I think what I'm gonna end up doing, paying for the pro version of AirDroid so that I can plug it in like to my USB-C port on a laptop. But I'll handle that later. I guess I'm just gonna sit here and trauma dump for a moment. So successful graphic design business with my wife at the time. Um, well, a business partnership with a significant other, sometimes not a great idea. I'm not going to say it never is. Um, but when we split, the business dissolved, and I ended up back here in Kentucky. Um, Turns out rural Kentuckians don't care about graphic design. They don't care about their logos or their websites, or they didn't in 11, 12 years ago, 10 years. I don't know. Whenever I landed back in Kentucky. Um, so I worked little odd jobs until I could establish myself as a tattooer because Kentuckians do like tattoos, and that's okay. Like it's it's a great career for me, and I've managed to use what I learned in school and through that business to create like a very solid corporate identity, brand identity for the tattoo studio that I now co-own and operate. So I've been tattooing for almost 8 years now. Um, and it was very, very, very difficult in the beginning because I'd been out of Kentucky for like almost a decade whenever I moved back. So this little town, my hometown, like no one remembered me. I was the weird kid in high school, sort of. Well, not sort of. I was very introverted, and I still am. Like I can talk to a camera, um, and I can talk to people one on one really easily. If you get me, it's like I just can't do it. So I had a real struggle building a career in a town where I no longer had a network. Um, so the first like 3 years was pretty tough when it came to tattooing, but I pulled it off. So I know you're supposed to be able to see the screen that I'm drawing on. It's not working anymore. So I'm just gonna sit here and draw and chat, and I'll show you my art on occasion. What I can do actually. Well, that's interesting. Like, I don't know. There's something about like I could talk to a camera and upload it knowing that it's going to be seen by typically my videos are getting like a few hundred views fairly consistently. And on occasion I'll have one that gets like 14,000 or 40,000. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Wow. That's really interesting. Here come the haters. I'm okay with that." But if you put me in a room with 10 people, I'm like, I can't do it. Sorry, I am just gonna sort of draw and paint and have fun while we're on this call. It's not a call. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I could look at the analytics really quick. I have no idea like what my most quote successful videos are anymore. Video capture device. So let's see, 512. I'm gonna okay. I'm taking over. I think a lot of people, how to explain this. So yes, I offer some insight whenever I can. I'm not saying that I'm right, but I do like to share those opinions with the understanding that my opinions are opinions that may, like, those are my beliefs that may help someone else, and I hope that they do. Um, really, whatever I share tends to fall under two categories. Like, I either want to share something that I needed to hear at some point in the not so distant past, or something that I would want my kids to understand as they get older. Um, 'Cause I hope that I don't come off as like super preachy whenever I do that, because that's not my intention. But I do want to help people when I can. So I'm glad that it helped you a little bit, and I appreciate you subscribing. Oh, so where are you from? You said you're not from the U.S. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, by all means, make that YouTube channel. Like, you really don't have to wait. Like, I think that's what a lot of people. Oh, awesome. I have another friend from Brazil. He lives in Canada now. I'm not sure where in Brazil he's from. I'll have to ask him, but his name is Alexander. Very awesome. He works mostly in oil painter. I meet with a lot of oil painters pretty regularly. That's very cool. Very cool. From Brazil. I guess I should have put two and two together with the capybara reference in your name. But yeah, make that YouTube channel. I will subscribe. I'll be one of your first subscribers. A lot of what I do is literally trying to create an atmosphere where my kids can thrive from their own sense of agency. So I blew up the video, like my video, so that I can do this on occasion. Be like, right, that's what we're looking like for now. I don't need the cable if I'm not streaming. It's not so important anymore. All right, so what I have noticed with the layers of background that I've put in is that the contrast between foreground and the background is way off. Like, if I squint, you're losing almost all of the edges. So, do I want a dark on light or a light on dark? Just as the most basic silhouette. I say we go light on dark, and I take all of that red, flatten it down, and then just darken it up. Thank you. Yeah. So I bring my son with me to the shop all the time, like over breaks or, well, yeah, over breaks. He comes to the shop with me. Um, so it's really interesting having him grow up in a tattoo studio. This isn't like it's hard to explain. It's not a standard tattoo studio. It's very much like an art gallery slash home environment that we also do tattoos out of, and it's legally up to code. We have separated areas for everything, but he's been coming to work with me since he was 4. He is now almost 8, and he sees me making money from art all day. So he started last summer. He started drawing his own little pictures and then selling them to my clients. And then he started painting rocks and selling those rocks to my clients. And last summer he ended up making a couple $100, enough to buy a new controller and Robux. But seeing him develop that confidence in being able to do something he enjoys and make money off of it has been like one of the coolest things I have ever watched happen. So that's something I'm super proud of for him. Like, I'm proud of the little man for doing that. Now he says he either wants to be but right now he says he either wants to be a tattoo artist when he grows up, and I've never like pushed that on him at all. He just thinks it's a cool job, which is very flattering to me, but he also loves video games. That smoke detector needs a new battery. But he also loves video games, so I've been like letting him test the waters. Yeah, it does. It's like a whole lot of pride, honestly. I'm like, yes, of course you could be a tattoo artist. Um, but I'm trying to let him test the waters with like video game design. I think that would be a fulfilling career for him, or even like if he wants, yeah, or if he wants to go in like viz dev for video games, I think would be very cool. I don't know where that field is going to be in 10, 15 years, whenever he would actually be getting to work, but if he's willing to pivot and adapt to whatever technology throws our way, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to find fulfillment in a creative career, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Like, I know there's a lot of fear about where creative careers are going. It's not that I think it's unfounded, but I do think it would be more helpful if people were more focused on the solution rather than the problem. Right. I have to show this really quick. So the decision has been made for me. The contrast looks so much better with a... I wish I could take the screen protector off. Composition looks better with a darker background. Yeah, much better. Stronger silhouette there. She really jumps off the screen page thing. So I will probably do like a crazy highlight on the edges of her hair, just to push that contrast even more. Thank you. So the gesture is based off of, like, the clothing is different, but the pose is loosely based off of a show, Pretty Reckless. So Taylor Momsen jumping on stage. She usually feeling less clothing than this. Um, really awesome band. It's like crazy to see what Cindy Lou Who is doing as a 20-something-year-old. This is definitely the wrong layer. Hair was the hardest part of this one to figure out, though. I've been getting critiques of my work, which I think is super important. That a 2 and a 5-year-old. I have almost 3-year-old. That is awesome. Beep. The timing was perfect. That's awesome. I have a almost 3-year-old and almost 5-year-old. Like, might as well be 3 and 5, and then an 8-year-old or 7-year-old, almost 8-year-old. He's got a little longer to go. That is awesome, though. I love that. I love that artsy parents tend to produce artsy kids. That's great. Were they both girls? The kiddos? Yeah. Yeah, 3 kids. Uh, It's um it's a madhouse most of the time, but a very fun madhouse. I do have to admit that. Like, our house is pretty fun. We have way too many animals. Got a new animal day before yesterday. By animal, I mean German Shepherd that uh dwarfs 5-year-old at 11 weeks old. Like, this German Shepherd is going to be massive. Rescued German Shepherd, of course, because I'm a weird proponent of the adopt, don't shop mentality. But yeah, our kids are something else. Mommy's a redhead. Well, same here. So, not always. I always wanted English Mastiffs whenever I was younger. Like, I was dead set on getting an English Mastiff. Um, but then my wife got a German Shepherd shortly after we started dating, and that was just the best dog, especially once we had kids. Like, we were nervous about having such a big dog around the kids, but as soon as we brought our son, he's our oldest, as soon as we brought him home, she was instantly like the protector of the pack. Not aggressive, but she loved all of our kids. Uh, like big love for all of our kids, and when they would be outside playing or anything like that, uh, if a car drove by, she would just stop, assume the like alert position that you see police shepherds do, like chest up, ears perked, like I'm watching you. But she would do that for every car that would pass by, and it was awesome. She unfortunately passed away due to a tumor on her spine that uh, caused some internal bleeding. Um, and then we waited like 2 years. But we got an offer for some free German Shepherd puppies. And I was like, that's interesting. Why? Well, they're feral. They were born under a deck in the middle of a cold snap with 0-degree weather. The owners thought that none of the puppies would make it. Then 6 weeks later, they port the deck, and they've just been kept in a kennel since then. So we were like, that's rough. So we found a home for one of them with one of our friends, and we took one of them. There's still 2 left that we're hoping to find ways to go. Yeah, they're very prone to tumors, especially in the hips and spine. Um, like we sort of knew something was going on. She was pretty old, and we assumed that it was just her age causing some hip issues. It was not. We should not have made that assumption. It was inoperable though, so I don't think there was anything that could have been done. I'm really sorry that I can't share my screen right now. Yeah, it's a sad thing though. But now we have Link, and yes, we named him after Link from Legend of Zelda. But he is hilariously massive. He is 11 weeks and 6 days old now, so almost 12 weeks old. Yeah. Lost my train. He's almost 12 weeks old. His paw is as big as the palm of my hand. He weighs 32 pounds. And he looks like a little puppy, but he is a very big puppy. He will dwarf our previous German Shepherd when he's fully grown. I can't wait. He's starting to warm up to the whole family, so he's not as feral as he was. The Hyas. That one I'm not familiar with. Unless you're talking about like horseback riding. That would be really interesting for our toddler. Anyway. I say toddler. My toddler is not so much a toddler anymore. She's known as the mini mommy of the house. My wife does kind of want to teach Link to be a personal protection dog. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. You're talking like Zelda 64, Ocarina of Time. I still haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. My wife and I like to play Breath of the Wild. Like, we'll pass the controller back and forth. And go and, on occasion, do like a Lionel genocide. It gets dark. Like every blood moon, we're like, all right, let's go hunt down all the finals. They do, yeah. So in Breath of the Wild, it's a little different. They do have a charge attack, but you have to have like, no, you don't have to have a specific kind of, there are certain pieces of equipment that augment it. I've wanted to play A Link Between Worlds so bad, just because of all of the Easter eggs from every Zelda game. Like, that always sounded so flippin' fun to me. I just haven't had a whole lot of time for games lately, which is sad because I used to be very much into games and gaming. All right, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this very much. I've been working on getting the hair flow correct. So I like the shape of the hair already. So this was all about getting the contrast of the hair in there. I'll definitely have to pick up The Link Between Worlds. 100%. Peeps. I have a list of things to do before I do my next live stream. One, make sure that I can live stream my tablet. Two, make sure that I replace the batteries in the smoke detectors and the carbon monoxide detector, which is just empty right now. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining in. It has been great chatting with you. I'm probably gonna bounce too. Yeah, it's been great chatting. I'll be here every Tuesday at about the same time. I like that I was able to schedule this. Beep. I like that I was able to schedule this one in advance and give someone a heads up that it was going to be going live. So thank you for dropping in. I do appreciate you. Have fun getting the kiddos to school, and I will talk at everyone next week.